When it comes to the personal fitness, I think you are your own boss, and often, more often than holding yourself accountable, you allow leniencies to get into the way, right? So you kind of go the pat on the back saying you've been really working hard, so maybe you can take a few days off, and kind of give yourself the excuses that puts you back. So for quite some time, I think I'd say a good more than 5 years, I've been aware of the fact that my weight is increasing bit by bit. And during COVID, just before COVID, I had some of the blood sugar checks and everything, and that kind of put me initially in that sort of pre-diabetic range. And then when that kept repeating, that was not great either, because the numbers I could see, it was constantly going up. Prior to our conversations, I don't think that mental element was quite evident to me, as in I was unconscious of the fact that mentally this was quite draining. The fact that it wasn't helping, isn't it? So there's a kind of correlation between the two to some extent. You're trying a lot of, working really hard, but there's no result, and that kind of drives you down nothing's going to change. I better get used to how I am being seen. There have been many conversations in the past where work conversations, and I know colleagues don't mean anything bad, but there are references where we talk about fat people and things like that, right? And there is always a picture of yourself that gets stuck in your mind when you're thinking about how you place yourself into an environment or into a position, and you kind of think that picture of me I don't think is always very fat, right? But it's over time, because that's what I'm hearing from other people or seeing myself in the mirror, etc. I've pictured myself as a very fat person sitting in the room, or that's how it is. I didn't think I'd have had this confidence if I hadn't done the Reignite Pro, knowing that things can change. Because like I said, I tried various. I don't think there's any walking programs on Google Play that I haven't tried. I don't think there's any MyFitnessPal or any of those calorie trackers, including the one that you would take photos of and things like that that I haven't tried. I've tried dietitians of different types, varieties of different programs for various things. I've signed up with friends to try and do programs where I do more walking, holding yourself accountable to it. So there's been different approaches that I've tried to it, but never has the weight come off beyond the 3-4 kilograms. And often I put that back on if I just take a pause for a bit, right? But having done the Reignite program, and I think the second half of it, where we started seeing that more that conscious consistency kind of starting to play its role, and getting to a point where even if you make a mistake and if it goes up slightly, there is another going down fairly quickly. I don't think you do justice to your marketing program that way, that in it is quite different. So this shirt that I'm wearing today, I haven't worn this for about 5 years. So when I send the blood test results, often the doctor's notes comes back on the side saying, can you talk to the nurse about your diabetic numbers that you're seeing in here, the markers that you're seeing in here, because we need to do something about it. But when I did the last test, the doctor's note was all very positive. He was like, amazing results. I have no idea what you're doing. Between the last 3 months, I have no idea what you've done, but you brought it well within range, and it's amazing to see this. But rewind myself to our first conversation. I'd say don't think about it quite a lot. Just sign up for it. It's going to make a change, right? Now knowing that the program impacts me in different ways of life, in a lot of positive ways, I'd say, Siraj, don't think, just sign up for it and just get going, right? All of us will benefit from being that person, that better version of ourselves through our lives. And we all need to know about it. That's why I say, I feel like I want to stand up and shout and say, do this, because you're going to get a better version of yourself back.